boys and girls. Welcome back to our plant unit. This is Mrs. Bernhardt again, and we're going to do an update on our plants. First, I want to start off with giving you a little lesson about tops and bottoms. If you look right here at my whiteboard, I want you to notice this is supposed to represent the dirt, and then you have the tops of plants, and then you have the bottoms of plants. On some plants, we eat the bottom part, which is called the root. On some plants, we wait and we eat the what it becomes the flower or the fruit or the vegetable of the plant. So let's look at this one first. This one's supposed to be a carrot. And on the carrot, if you look, we eat the root part. We eat the part that is below the ground. And this is a special kind of root. It's called a tap root. And a tap root, it actually is like one big solid root. Radishes and all types of beets are also tap roots. And then the leafy part is the part on the top. If you look over here at the strawberry has what we call a fibrous root. And if you look, it's like little fibers are growing every direction, and it just helps to anchor the plant down. And in this particular plant, this is supposed to be a strawberry plant, the fruit grows above the ground. Now, if you look over here, this one is supposed to be corn. Now, with corn, they actually have something that's called a prop root. They not only have the fibrous root down here, but notice this root, it comes out and it just like holds it up. It props it up. There are also certain types of trees in rainforests that have that same type of root, and some swamps. So I'll put on a video so you can see some other prop roots. And so sometimes we eat the top parts of the plant, and sometimes we eat the bottom parts of the plant. That's why I wanted to talk about tops and bottoms. So we're going to be looking for roots, and then we're going to be looking for stems and leaves. Those are the things we're going to be looking for in our plants. So I'm going to move over here right now to what we did with this experiment where we were looking to see different things. So let's take a look first at corn. Corn, I don't know if you can see it right there, but it is starting to sprout. This is 5 days after we planted it, and there's starting to be a little tiny piece of a root come out there. If I turn this way, you can see a carrot. There's a little carrot sprout. There's a little white part coming out there. And I can turn it a different way if that helps. Okay, let's look at the radish. Boy, the radishes have really been going. Look, you see the root coming down? The root, there's a root, there's a root. So we have a lot of our radish seeds that are really starting to sprout. Let's turn and look at our beans. Looks like this bean coat is starting to break open, and so is this one. So I bet we will start to get some beans growing pretty soon. Look at broccoli. It's really taken off too. Do you see the sprouts? That one came down low. This was up high, but you can see it's starting to sprout out. See the cauliflower. Oh, same thing. Cauliflower, right there is a little sprout coming out in the cauliflower. Sunflower seeds, it doesn't look like they're doing anything yet. That one fell in. I'll have to dig that one back out. Okay, let's look at the other one. See how this one's doing. The marigold, I don't see anything yet. Forget-me-not flowers, nope. Shasta daisy, not that I can tell. Zucchini, I don't see anything yet. Cantaloupe, oh, it looks like it's starting to break open right there. Maybe starting to come out. Watermelon, not seeing anything yet. Pumpkin, I don't see anything yet. Cucumber, I don't see anything yet. So that is where that's going to be fun. We're really going to get a chance to see the types of roots that start growing there. And if you take a look right here at the things that we planted, let me move this, the things that we planted, I saw one thing starting to come up. So I'm going to pick this one up. In the back right here, the wildflower mix. Do you see right there? There's some little plants coming up right there, some little baby leaves, little tiny stems, little tiny leaves. Now I'm going to look across the rest of them. I don't think there's anything else growing in those that I can see right now. Nothing coming out that I can see yet. It'll take some time. It's been super cold, really, really cold out. We've had all this snow, so we haven't been able to see a lot of the growth maybe that we would have in our plants because it's been so cold. We've had to keep a heater on in our garage. But I want you to look at the plants that my husband planted. Look at what Mr. Bernhardt did here. If you look across the plants, do you see how they're leaning like this? Watch my hand. They're leaning like this because there's a window over here, the garage window. They're leaning towards the light. They want to grow towards the sunlight. And he's done a bunch of repotting of his plants, and you can see they're starting to get, these are some of his bigger ones. The other thing I want you to notice is the stem size. Let's go back to this little guy right here. See this little tiny tomato plant? Look at it. It's got a really tiny little weak stem. Now look at some of the stems as they start getting bigger. What do you notice? Do you see the stem is getting thicker? It's getting stronger. It's getting fatter. If we go to the biggest plants that he has here, look at that. Look how nice and thick those stems are. So those have gotten really big. Let's take a look over here at these plants that he has. I'm going to take a look at this. I want to show you something that he has going here. I'm going to flip this around because he has started some other things in his pots. And he's made some hot peppers. And notice there's some little baby hot pepper plants coming up right there. And these plants over here will become peppers and hot peppers. And I wanted to show you something that Mr. Bernhardt does. This happens to be a pepper plant. And notice there's a little pot inside of a bigger pot. These pots are made of peat moss, and so you can plant them directly into the ground, and they're biodegradable. That means they'll break up into the dirt, and the plant can continue to grow. And one of the things that Mr. Bernhardt is doing is as the plants grow bigger, he is transplanting them so they can continue to grow nice and strong. So that's what he did with that one there. So it will be interesting to watch his grow. Now I do want you to come over here and look at a chart that we're going to be working on. If you'll look at this chart on the wall, we're going to be looking at our plant growth. So first of all, we planted our seeds. The seeds that we planted were Sunday, and the date was April 12th, year 2020. Now, 5 days later, this is Friday, the 17th, we now have seen what things? Let me get my marker out, and let's take a look at, let's write some things that we have seen. So we saw some of our plants have sprouted. So we know, let's think about it. We know that the radish, I'm going to write the ones that I saw sprouted. We had radish that sprouted, the broccoli sprouted, the broccoli sprouted. We had some wildflowers. Not sure what's in that wildflower mix, but we had some wildflowers sprout. Wildflower. And I believe, did we also see some carrots? I can't remember. Oh, I think we started, those were the main ones that I'm thinking we saw. Let me go back really quick. Let's look back over here. Let's double check ourselves and make sure. Okay, I'm going to just double check. That was radish, broccoli. Oh, the cauliflower. That's the one we forgot. Okay, so we've also seen cauliflower. So we've had radish, broccoli, wildflower, and cauliflower sprouted. Sprouted means that it broke out of that skin or that shell, that outer covering on the outside of the plant. And the actual seed part, there's a little plant on the inside, and the actual little plant will start growing, and the rest of that seed becomes the food for the plant. So we're going to be watching and measuring to see how they do. But I thought it would be fun today too if we measure and see what is Mr. Bernhardt's tallest plant and what are our shortest plants. So we're going to go back over here. I brought a ruler with me today. And let's go over here to his plants. I don't know, which one looks like the tallest? Is it this one, Mr. Bernhardt? Is it this one? Which one's the tallest? Okay, he thinks this one's the tallest. Okay, so I am going to put this right up against there. I'm going to lean him right there so we can see how tall he is. And it looks like he's a little over 7 inches tall. So his tallest plant is 7 inches. Now let's remember how this works. Inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that one was 7 inches. And I'm going to remember this pot. And is it okay if I do a little mark on this? I'm going to put a star there.
What's the other one?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna trade those sticks. I'm gonna trade those sticks now that I put a star there. Good call. Okay, so I'm gonna put a stick there with a T, so we know that's the one we measured for the tallest. And let's find this little tiny one over here. And I don't think we have a stick in that guy yet. So I think we're gonna leave that one alone. Why don't we look at, okay, we'll look at another one that's got a stick. And we're going to take a look at this little guy. I'm going to pull a star on him with an S. So we remember he was the that's a bad S. So we remember he was the smallest. Let's take a look at that. Turn that back around so you can see it. Okay, let's take a look and see what the smallest of his tomato plants were. So I'm going to put that in the ground right there. Hold it right up next to there. Maybe I have to go behind it a little bit. Okay, let's try that out. Want to knock him over? Looks like that leaf is almost to the 3. See that? Is that what you'd say, Mr. Bernhardt?
Yes.
Okay, so the smallest tomato plant we have right now is 3. We're going to keep watching this one and this one to see the difference. So let's go back over here, and we're going to remember that we have our smallest one. We put a star on, and it was 3 inches. We can abbreviate that to make it look like this too. I'll put that so you can see that means the same thing as this. I-N dot. So our smallest was 3 inches. The smallest tomato, I'm going to put a capital T. So I remember I looked at tomato plants. And then our tallest with the star of the tomato plants was 7. Is that right? It was 7 inches. I-N-C-H-E-S. We can also abbreviate that saying 7 I-N dot. Okay. So that is as much as we're going to do today. We're going to come back and take a look in a couple days, and we're going to see what has sprouted. We're going to see if any of our plants have came up, and let's compare our tallest tomato plant our tallest tomato plant and our shortest tomato plant and see if they've grown. Thank you and bye till next time.